What up, homies and harlots? Gonna do another Adonis review today. Today I'm gonna go over Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, not the remastered. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys knew this, but they did remaster Modern Warfare 2. I just found that shit out fucking like 2 weeks ago. Because I knew, a few years back, like in 2017 when Advanced Warfare came out, or the Infinite Warfare, I don't know, one of them, right? You could get a double where you got Call of Duty Modern Warfare remastered, and you got that, that came with like a full remaster. It came with the game remastered, and it came with maps from like fucking Modern Warfare remastered like as well. So you could play out multiplayer online with fucking on the new Infinite Warfare. You could also play it on the fucking remastered Modern Warfare map. So it was pretty dope. And then they snuck out. I had no idea. I honestly thought when they were coming out with the remastered, with this new Modern Warfare 2, I thought they were just coming out with a completely remastered version. I thought I was gonna be fucking throwing a knife at the general's head at the very end and fucking crisp, beautiful fucking 4K graphics. But no, it looks like they actually remastered that back in 2020, and I don't know how it slipped by me. I had no fucking idea. And obviously it looks okay, but it just was a game. Right now you can get it for $20 if you had no idea about that. And yeah, it's just a story mode, so you don't get to play. They didn't remaster the maps, which is a shame. I mean, I know like the first Modern Warfare is the game that kind of made it all, but I personally think Modern Warfare 2 is like my favorite, and it has always been my favorite. So that's the one I really wanted to go have the full treatment. For them to kind of sneak it out, kind of pisses me off. But whatever, I digress. So anyways, we're talking about, of course, the new Modern Warfare 2 that everyone's playing right now. Another year, another Call of Duty. What to say, guys? Honestly, I enjoyed Vanguard. I thought Vanguard was pretty good. I actually had fun playing it for some reason. And when this came out, since it's a remake or kind of a reimagining, a continuation of fucking, my favorite Call of Duty, I was super hyped. Not to say it's not a great game, but I just feel like it kind of didn't hit the marks I wanted it to hit. I didn't feel the joy I wanted to hit. So, I mean, it's Call of Duty, so it's pretty basic shit. So I won't blow your minds with all the gritty details. But let's first go with the story mode. Of course, the story mode has some shiny moments, where the graphics really stand out and you're like, wow, this is gorgeous, what a beautiful game. But in a world where, for a story, and I know Call of Duty doesn't really have to do it because there was a point where they were like, oh, let's just fucking end doing fucking story modes, and all people do is play, the multiplayer. No one, there was a time where they thought no one gave a fuck about the story mode. And fucking all that people wanted to do for Call of Duty was to play the fucking multiplayer, so they weren't going to do it anymore. Luckily they didn't, because I would not buy Call of Duty without the story mode, because, I feel like shit enough buying Call of Duty every year, basically just getting right up the butt, just to get their fucking refreshed paint every single year for full price. It pisses me off, and the only thing that makes me feel even slightly better about it is the fact that I'm getting a story mode with it. So it's basically all I'm looking forward to. So I want the story mode to be great. This story mode is pretty good, but like I said, the main negative is, I'd say, time and length, which is the same length as all fucking Call of Duties, which is usually around 8 to 9 hours, or 6 to 9 hours is pretty typical. But as we've seen with God of War Ragnarok, that used to be a 6 to 9 hour game as well. And they pushed it to a 60-hour plus game if you fucking really do all the thing the world has to offer. So I was kind of just hoping that this game might go to 11 hours. That would have been, I feel like if it would have given me 11 hours, I'd be pretty impressed. Okay, thank you, Call of Duty. You gave me something to really feel like I deserve it with the price. But they didn't. But regardless, the game still is pretty. It looks great, and I like the areas and locales it goes to. It spends a lot of time in Mexico, Amsterdam, the border, Mexico. There's a lot of cool places that it's kind of nice to see, because that's kind of my favorite thing to see. I feel like in the Modern Warfare world is kind of the locations, and I really enjoyed the locations that they had in fucking the original Modern Warfare. Fighting in like Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever. It's places that you obviously don't go to in the real world, so it's kind of interesting to fight there and whatnot. So it's kind of cool, you fight the cartel is kind of the main thing, and secret, organization. That's pretty cool. Like I said, the graphics are cool. The campaign is just short, like normal. That's the main default. But with that being said, there is, also one of my favorite things in the fucking Modern Warfare 2s that they gave is the fucking the mission where you are in like a chopper gunner helicopter above, and you basically like cover the people below you.
Clear, no Hassan.
And they have that mission, which is my favorite, but they kind of fucked it up because literally, if you actually I hate how fucking, I don't know if it's politically correct or what the fuck it is. After the fucking, the bullshit storm that they had for fucking the original one, with no Russia, where you play like terrorists in an airport and mow everyone down, and they had to like fucking add like, fucking, if people can't handle it, you could turn it off and shit. And they've gone above and beyond with that in games nowadays, where if you shoot the wrong person on accident, it completely restarts, and that shit's whatever. But they've had it for a while. But in the gunner helicopter mission, they do that same shit. But fucking like if you accidentally, you're in a giant fucking machine gun that just like destroys a building if you just shoot on accident. And if you accidentally touch one thing you're not supposed to with that fucking all the weapons you have in that fucking ship, it immediately restarts it. I must have fucking redid that mission like 15 times just because I accidentally shot the wrong person at the wrong time. Yeah, like, it was so fucking frustrating and annoying. I hate how they do that. But regardless, that's what you should expect. Nothing too crazy. Good graphics, decent story mode, just short, and they've gone way too over hyped with the fucking not allowing us to shoot people with fire standards or whatever. As far as multiplayer goes, multiplayer. I do like the maps. I think they're pretty cool. The thing I hate the most, a great example for maps I hate the most would be Halo. Halo's maps are so underrated and almost fucking lame. They are literally like spaceship hallways, like spaceship hallways. That's the whole fucking thing, and not like apparently all spaceship hallways are like bland, boring, fucking plain design, fucking doors and halls and shit. Like I hate it. So there's nothing unique about it. I do really enjoy. I think that there's a lot of cool designs in the maps in this fucking Call of Duty. Like I said, there's one where you're on the border and it's like fucking cars backed up because that's how it is to get into the border of Mexico. And fucking, you literally have to like fight on the fucking like the road and like behind backed up cars and shit. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool kind of little maps like that. So I do kind of like the uniqueness of the maps they kind of give you, even though it's not a whole bunch. That's pretty cool. The only thing that's really a negative in my eyes is the lack of things they give you. It's funny that a few years ago it used to be all about no boots on the ground and flying and shit, and now they've gone hardcore back. But fucking, with that being said, they fucking I don't know, the thing I hate the most is like in Vanguard, they allowed you to customize every slot and gun you have, so you had a constant selection of you could basically customize your gun however you want, and I love that. I hate when you have to fucking figure out, like, oh, I'm not allowed to have more than one thing on here, so I have to fucking get rid of one thing to have another thing. I hate that. I don't know why one game allows you to fucking have whatever you want and the other makes you pick and choose. I hate that kind of thing. I also hate some of the fucking, the building charts they have. I feel like I feel like they should have a customization where they can allow you to, customize your gun fully and make it one of your like perks, and choose that if they're not going to give it to you, and they don't. But beyond that, it's just a normal Call of Duty. Everything else is the same. They also have like this big open world map thing, battle, that they've done a few times over. I don't think it's something that there's never anything that really interests me. I could give a fuck less. I hate wandering around a giant fucking map and then getting sniped right when I get to an area to finally fight people. But you know, if it's for you, it's there, it exists, and they have that as well. The last thing that I kind of dislike is the fact that you know, obviously this one doesn't have his zombies, which is like the thing that fucking, you know, run Call of Duty nowadays when it comes to like their additional thing. And they don't have that. And I thought they were going to do kind of like what they had with Modern Warfare 2 originally, which was like a co-op thing where you could play with your friend and basically do like a two-player friend couch co-op missions, you know, where you snipe and go above with the helicopter chopper and do all that shit, but you can do it with a friend. I thought they were going to do that again because they have like a whole co-op area, but it's just like little things to do with people online and shit. So they don't really have that. So they don't really have any good couch co-op things like no zombies or the co-op friends thing. And that's kind of the second big bummer. They just kind of like, I don't know, push that out of the way for whatever bullshit co-op thing they added instead. And fucking, and obviously Modern Warfare, Warzone 2.0, whatever. So, you know, you got that, I guess. But, you know, I'd rather play Apex, honestly. But there you go. That's what Call of Duty has for you now. Like I said, nothing's new. It's a steep price tag. If I were you, I'd wait to get it. If you're like me, you're going to buy it eventually. You know, wait till it's like $35 or something. It's definitely not worth full price. But fucking, if you can't wait, pay $70 or whatever and just get ripped in the butt like we always do. See, look at that. Shot a fucking, I hate it. Alright guys, later.